Hey guys, welcome back to another one of my videos. I'm Dan and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about mental health. So, today's topic will be OCD. Now, for those of you who don't know what OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder. I've struggled with it for many, many years. It's not something that, I remember fondly, but it's not something that I would totally take away from my life either. So maybe I can give you some pointers on how to deal with it, some things that I learned from it, and maybe we'll learn along the way, shall we? So, a few of the things that my obsessive compulsive disorder would sort of force me to do is avoid certain things, like if there were certain things in the house that I perceived as unclean or unsanitary, I'd do my best to avoid them. And I'd have to wash my hands a lot, obviously. I'd have to go around, take showers, change my clothes a lot, and it just wasn't fun. And even things like into high school, college, things would bother me that way. So I had um, a few years of awesomeness from OCD, I suppose. Yeah, I guess it's awesomeness. Don't know what else to call it, but but what I did to counteract them, and this has been only, about the last couple of years, um, I've actually, one of the biggest things I've been able to do for myself in terms of OCD is, put myself in a headspace of, you know, this isn't as bad as it could be, you know. So if there's like something coming up in my mind, if there's someone coming up like, oh, this is going to get bad, this is going to get, ugly, that thing's dirty, sometimes I just tell myself it's not as dirty as it seems, you know. And then there's certain tiers of dirtiness, and, something that starts up like right here, sorry guys, I bring it down to like here, and it's not so bad. That I can tolerate. So if something like right here, I bring it down to here. And that usually helps me a lot. I can usually deal with that a lot easier. Like something recently, um, I'm not going to go into specifics, but something's been bothering me recently, and that's what I've been doing. I've been, bringing it down a notch. Just like, okay, what is this actually? What is actually dirty about this? Is it up here? Is it down here? Is it down here? So that's what I've been doing. Another thing to deal with OCD is really look at it from another person's perspective. And what I mean by that is my parents were growing up with me sort of. I was the first child. And so it was new to them. It was new territory, even if they've read about it or. So what they did was they were like, look at it from here, this perspective. They didn't see the stuff that I found dirty. They didn't see it as dirty or uncleansed or anything. So I tried really hard to look at it from their perspective because they saw it as something, an ordinary everyday item, whereas I saw it as like, avoiding the plague or something. And it's easy to get caught up in your own mind about that sort of stuff, especially when you get going on the path. If I spend too long talk or thinking about one thing, it's like there's no going back. So you got to catch it early too. You got to catch it early. So if there's something that's bothering you, like, and it doesn't even have to be something that's unclean. It can be, a fear you have, like a fear of spiders or a fear of dogs or something like that. Or if you're like me and you fear the uncleanliness of something, then catch it early. That's the most important thing you can do because when you catch it early, more than likely you're not even going to start worrying about it, much less worry about it for the next several weeks, several months, maybe even several years. So that's what happened to me. I don't want any of that to happen to any of you guys. So it sucks. You got to find people that you're willing to, talk to. And that for me, that was my parents, that was some friends of mine. My friends honestly helped me a lot better than going to any therapy, but that's different for each person. Therapy can help you. Therapy is very helpful, but it didn't really, it didn't help me as much as I would have liked it to. So it's each person's own needs, I suppose. Yeah. And you look after your own needs. You figure out what you do and what you can do to combat these things, because when you get that figured out, it'll be a whole heck of a lot easier for you to say, no, I'm not going down this road. I'm not going to let this thing control me. I'm not going to let it rule my life. And once you do that, you'll be in a good spot to, deal with what comes next. What's the next thing that could come up in my life? What will I worry about tomorrow or next week, next month? You gotta come up with strategies to combat all of this stuff, and it's really hard. It is, but if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll help you through whatever you're going through. We'll get through this together. Don't worry about it. You guys have a good one, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.